So it's time. It's time for the big match. The IPL 2025 final, the grand finale, the summit clash between Royal Challengers Bengaluru and Punjab Kings. We are finally going to see IPL crowning a new champion. Whether it will be RCB or Punjab Kings, we still don't know, but we'll get to know the winner tomorrow here at the Narendra Modi Stadium in Ahmedabad. This stadium, the world's largest cricket stadium, is going to be packed to the rafters. It is going to be jam packed, and the excitement around ticket is sky high. Uh, People have lined up in front of the box office from the afternoon itself to collect their physical tickets so they don't miss out, they don't get late. And of course, from tomorrow, you will see coverage from morning itself. We will start. We know that the stadium is going to be lined up with fans, both RCB and Punjab fans. Pretty excited to see their respective captains, Rajat Patidar and Shreyas Iyer, lift the trophy. And yes, we are going to preview the match. We are going to talk about the pitch conditions. We are going to talk about weather. We are going to talk about the playing conditions, the fitness, and what is going to happen in the match. Let's talk about the pitch to start with. By the way, it is pretty green. The way I looked at the pitch before it was covered, due to again it is slightly windy at this point in time here in Ahmedabad. So as a precautionary measure, the ground staff covered the entire pitch. But whatever I saw of the pitch, it was pretty green. I expect the grass to be cut off tomorrow morning, and you are going to see a similar high scoring encounter here at the Narendra Modi Stadium. In 8 matches, out of 8 matches played in this season so far itself, in 7 of them 200 plus runs have been scored, including the qualifier 2 which you witnessed against between Punjab Kings and Mumbai Indians. More than 200 runs in 7 out of 8 occasions here in Ahmedabad. In one of the remaining matches, the score was around 195, 196. So it is a high scoring ground. It has become a high scoring ground. There are different sort of pitches available in this ground, but you are going to see a mixed red soil pitch being used for the final. So expect true bounce, expect the batters enjoy that bounce. The pacers, the spinners are going to get a little bit of help, and that is on them on how you use that little bit of help from the pitch. You saw how Punjab Kings adapted against Mumbai Indians after rain delayed the start of the match. They knew that the pitch was a bit damp due to the moisture and the rain, and that is why they took the pace of bolt cutters and did not allow Mumbai Indians batters the pace that they wanted to hit big sixes, and did not bowl pretty full to them, to their deliveries, to in their arc. They did not bowl that. So for RCB, they have experienced bowlers. They have a Bhuvneshwar Kumar. They have a Josh Hazelwood. They have a Krunal Pandya to assess the pitch pretty quickly and determine what is going to how to approach the match according to the pitch conditions. Whereas Punjab Kings have also some willy customers, be it Arshdeep Singh, be it Yuzi Chahal. They have experienced guys in Marcus Stoinis. Azmatullah Omarzai has also played a lot of IPL previously for Gujarat Titans, now for Punjab Kings. He's a regular in Ahmedabad, in Afghanistan setup as well. So these guys are pretty much experienced in their own respective ways. So you expect both the teams to adapt pretty quickly in these conditions. As I said, I expect the grass to be trimmed tomorrow morning, and you are going to see one more belter of a pitch in Ahmedabad. I am expecting another high scoring game, 200 plus score being scored, at least batting first. Chasing has been a bit tricky here, and it all depends on whether there is dew. The rain forecast, the weather forecast say that there is going to be light to moderate rain in Ahmedabad tomorrow. So if it is overcast, if it rains, then there will be no sort of dew which affects the team bowling second. So again, batting first becomes a very lucrative option. So again, if it rains, Duckworth Lewis system comes into play, and that these are something which both RCB and Punjab Kings will have to adapt on the day of the final. Now coming to both the teams, RCB, Punjab Kings. Punjab Kings finished first in the table. RCB finished second in the table. Both of them had 19 points and were differentiated slightly due to the net run rate. Now, in the qualifier one, you saw Royal Challengers Bengaluru beat a Bhuvneshwar Kumar, beat a Yash Dayal. We saw that phenomenal spell by Josh Hazelwood to decimate the Punjab Kings top order, and Punjab have been dependent on their top four, be it Prabsimran Singh, Priyan Sharia, Josh English, and Shreyas Iyer. These four have held this entire batting unit together. Yes, you have a Marcus Stoinis, Asmadullah Omar Zai, Shashank Singh down the order. Nihal Vadera has been excellent with the bat, but predominantly you Punjab King fans would want their top four to click, the openers to click, who have not scored a lot of runs in the last couple of games. They would want their openers to give them a cracking start in the power play. And that has been the season for Punjab Kings and RCB. They have found different heroes in the throughout the league stage till the race to the final. If you talk about Punjab Kings, as I said, both their openers, Prabsimran Singh, Priyan Sharia, they have been a blockbuster pairing. Fearless cricket. Both are pretty young, uncapped players, but both of them have shown guts. They have shown that ability to take down any bowling attack in this tournament, and that is why they have scored more than 500 runs in the tournament so far, with a great strike rate of 175, 170 plus. So Prabsimran Singh, Priyan Sharia will have to do the heavy lifting in the power play, whereas they now have a Josh English at number three, who has taken that position like a fish to water. Josh English is predominantly natural opener, so number three comes pretty easy to him. He's not a down number five, number six batter, and that is why Ricky Ponting quickly shifted him to number three after trying him at number five, number six in the initial set of matches. Shreyas Iyer, you have to talk about him. What a captain, what a batter he has been. He said that the last knock which he played against Mumbai Indians is the best knock of his T20 career. Looking at the gravity of the situation, the kind of situation they were in at one point, and after that to finish the game at a strike rate of more than 212, hitting 8 sixes, 5 boundaries, taking the team home. I think that would satisfy Shreyas Iyer a lot, and he would want to continue from there. Nehal Vadera has been the underrated star for this Punjab Kings side. Yes, he was dropped twice. Namandeep could have caught him at the deep, and in the next over, Trent Bolt also dropped him, and he ended up scoring 45 odd runs for Punjab Kings and shift the momentum, help Shreyas Iyer settle down and shift the momentum towards Punjab Kings. So Nehal Vadera, Shashank Singh down the order. I think this is a very, very powerful packed batting unit. Bowling wise, you know that they depend a lot on Arshdeep Singh. Yuzvendra Chahal is back, so that is a good sign for Punjab Kings. They would want other bowlers to also chip in with wickets now. You would want Azmatullah Omar Zai to pick up a wicket or two. You would want Marcus Stoinis to chip in with wickets. And of course, if you are playing Harpreet Brar, you would want him to do what he does the best, bowl economically and play his best cricket on the day. So Punjab Kings are looking pretty stacked, and they have had a very good tournament. They have had different winners, and interestingly, their uncapped batters have scored more than 1500 runs at a strike rate of average strike rate of 165, and the run contribution from the uncapped batters for Punjab Kings has been 60%, 59 point something. So 60% of the runs have been scored by uncapped batters of Punjab Kings. And that is something which you don't see in IPL. You see teams relying on experienced players, but this Punjab Kings have unlocked the potential of these uncapped hidden gems of Indian cricket. So kudos to them. Even they brought in a Xavier Bartlett as well, who is pretty new to the setup and he did well with the ball as well. Now let's come to Royal Challengers Bengaluru. Will there be pressure of fans? Will there be pressure of expectations? Will there be pressure of millions of fans wanting RCB to lift the trophy and break the 18-year jinx? Even Punjab Kings have not won a trophy, but the expectations from RCB fans, the kind of passion we see, that might put an extra bit of pressure on RCB players. They know that even if the stadium will be backing RCB players more, they would know that millions of them are backing at their respective homes and watching from all parts of the world. So that is RCB. The burden of expectations, will it hurt them? They also have had found different heroes throughout the league stage. Phil Salt have given them some great starts. Virat Kohli once again Mr. Consistent, scoring runs for fun. This time he has upped the run rate as well. When required, he has played the anchor role, helped them finish matches, win matches. So Virat Kohli has once again been the standout batter for for Punjab Kings. Rajat Patidar, of course, he had a good start to the tournament, but found inconsistency in between before he hurt his finger, and Jitesh Sharma had to lead the team in a couple of games. So Rajat Patidar would want, now that he's back, and he was hitting sixes for fun tonight during the practice session on the eve of the final. So Rajat Patidar at number 3 will be a very, very crucial player, because if someone has to take down their spinners, be it a Yuzi Chahal or Harpreet Brar, no better batter than Rajat Patidar in this setup, RCB setup, to take down any spinner that comes into the mix. So Rajat Patidar, focus will be on him. There will be captaincy pressure. There will be the expectation pressure. So Rajat Patidar have to live up to the hype and the occasion, and lead from the front like Shreyas Iyer has been doing for Punjab Kings, like he did in the qualifier 2 against Mumbai Indians. Now coming down, they have found again, as I said, different heroes. Tim David, whether he will be fit or not is something which will intrigue all the RCB fans in the build up to the game. Rajat Patidar said he has no clue whatsoever whether Tim David is fit or not, but that could just be mind games. And RCB would be desperate to have Tim David down the order, finishing the games that he has been doing all throughout this season. Jitesh Sharma has found his form, his momentum at the very, very perfect time of this tournament, and they would want Jitesh, the T20 batter, to flourish once again. His keeping has been excellent. His decision making behind the stumps with DRS calls has been exceptional, and that is why he was given the baton to lead a big team like RCB in such a crucial stage of the IPL, where they were fighting for that top 2 finish, and Jitesh did the job reasonably well. When he struggled with his captaincy, he finished the match with the bat. Again, different heroes. Krunal Pandya. Everyone said that, their RCB's bowling attack is once again weak. Apart from Josh Hazlewood, there is no one. Bhuvneshwar Kumar is past his prime. But Krunal Pandya, 15 wickets at an economy of less than 8, and he has been tremendous, bowling crunch overs, crucial overs, bowling bouncers to the batters, making them think time and time again, keeping them on their toes. And Krunal Pandya, the street smartness of Krunal Pandya have helped RCB a lot this time around with his bowling. Suyash Sharma, we have not talked a lot about Suyash Sharma, but Suyash Sharma's form in the last couple of matches with his bowling, I think he has been brilliant, especially in crunch situations. So watch out for Krunal Pandya, watch out for Suyash Sharma. They could be the deciding factor here in Ahmedabad against a power-packed batting lineup of Punjab Kings. Now the bowling department, Josh Hazlewood has been the standout pacer. Yes, he's not the purple cap holder, but with the ball, the kind of impact Josh Hazlewood has had has been brilliant. Yes, the good thing about Hazlewood is that he has not joined the Australian team before the World Test Championship final, and will play this match and then join the team for the WTC final. But his class, the way he has transformed his white ball game in the last 3-4 years has been brilliant to see. And Josh Hazlewood, he would want to do exactly the same what he did in the qualifier once against Punjab Kings. Decimate them, bowl the hard lengths, bowl what you bowl, mix it up occasionally, and pile up pressure with the new ball if he's given the new ball, or in the middle overs or death overs. Bhuvneshwar Kumar, again new ball maestro. He's not in the reckoning for the purple cap, but has silently been doing his job. So Bhuvneshwar Kumar, Yash Dayal, they have silently done the job for RCB in tough situations. So again, both of them, Punjab Kings and RCB, have found different heroes in this tournament, but on the big stage, who will live up? That is what will decide this IPL final. What do you think, RCB or Punjab Kings? Drop your comments down below, and keep following Ref Sports for all the ground coverage to this IPL 2025 final. Thank you so much for watching.